Today, I want to talk about something that may seem small, even harmless, but it has the power to affect your energy, your confidence, and even your health in ways you don't realize. The message is simple: stop this one habit immediately. That habit is ignoring your body's signals. Every single day, your body tries to communicate with you. Fatigue, pain, cravings, low focus, lack of motivation, these are not random occurrences. They are signals that something is out of balance. But most people brush them aside. They stay up late scrolling on their phones when their body is screaming for rest. They grab processed snacks when their body is craving real nutrients. They ignore stress until it becomes anxiety, headaches, or even disease. The truth is, the more you silence your body, the louder the consequences will be later. Think about it. If you consistently neglect your health, whether it's skipping hydration, eating late at night, not exercising, or dismissing poor sleep, you are setting yourself up for long-term problems. High blood pressure, hormonal imbalance, weight gain, and even sexual health issues don't appear overnight. They're the result of repeated daily choices that ignored the body's warning signs. Now, here's the empowering part. The moment you choose to stop this habit of neglect, everything begins to shift. Start by listening to your body. When it tells you it's tired, respect your sleep. When it signals thirst, hydrate. When you feel anxious, pause and breathe. These small but consistent actions create massive change. You'll notice better energy, sharper focus, more stable moods, and even improvements in relationships, because how you feel physically directly influences how you show up emotionally. The habit of ignoring your body is easy to fall into, but stopping it is life-changing. Don't wait until symptoms become diagnoses. Don't wait until fatigue becomes burnout. Your body is giving you free advice every single day. It's time you start listening. Your body is always speaking to you, but most of the time we are too busy, too distracted, or too dismissive to pay attention. Signals like fatigue, cravings, mood changes, lack of focus, or even subtle aches are not coincidences. They are messages. When you feel tired in the middle of the day, your body might be telling you that your sleep quality is poor, or that your nutrition is not supporting your energy levels. When you constantly crave sugar or salty snacks, it could be a sign of nutritional deficiencies, dehydration, or imbalances in your blood sugar. Even something as simple as irritability or brain fog may be your body's way of asking for better rest, less stress, or improved hydration. These signals are not inconveniences. They are your body's way of keeping you aligned with health and balance. Unfortunately, many people have been conditioned to ignore or silence these messages. For example, instead of resting when we feel exhausted, we push through with caffeine or energy drinks. Instead of hydrating when we feel thirsty, we numb that sensation with sodas or other sugary beverages. If we feel stressed, we often distract ourselves with social media, television, or unhealthy foods instead of dealing with the underlying issue. Over time, this repeated dismissal teaches us to live disconnected from our own body's wisdom. The more we ignore these early signals, the more severe the consequences become later. Small warnings grow into bigger problems because the body has no choice but to amplify the message until you finally pay attention. Think of these signals like notifications on your phone. If you ignore a low battery alert, eventually the phone will shut off. If you ignore a software update, the system becomes glitchy and slow. The body works the same way. A headache might be a simple reminder to drink more water, but if ignored repeatedly, it could evolve into chronic migraines or even more serious health issues. Constant fatigue might be a reminder to improve sleep or nutrition, but when ignored, it can contribute to hormonal imbalances, metabolic disorders, or burnout. Your body is designed to warn you early, but you have to respect those warnings. What makes this powerful is the fact that listening to these signals does not require a major lifestyle overhaul overnight. It simply means slowing down and tuning in. If you notice you are always tired, instead of ignoring it, ask yourself, am I sleeping enough? Is my diet filled with nourishing foods? Am I moving my body regularly? If you feel anxious or stressed, rather than pushing it aside, explore what's fueling that stress. Is it lack of rest, too much screen time, or unresolved emotional tension? These small questions can guide you towards solutions before problems become serious. By choosing to recognize these signals instead of silencing them, you create a feedback loop of healing and improvement. When you give your body what it needs, whether that's rest, hydration, exercise, or emotional release, it rewards you with more energy, focus, and resilience. The connection between mind and body strengthens, and instead of fighting against yourself, you begin working in harmony. This alignment not only improves your health, but also transforms your quality of life. The truth is, your body is already telling you everything you need to know. You just have to stop and listen. When you repeatedly ignore the signals your body sends, the outcome is not neutral, it is harmful. Every dismissed symptom, every warning brushed aside builds into something bigger, something harder to reverse. Ignoring these cues is like letting a small crack in your home's foundation go unrepaired. Over time. It spreads until the entire structure is compromised. In the same way, your body can only compensate for so long before the small problems you dismiss turn into major health challenges that demand your attention, whether you are ready for them or not. Take sleep as an example. Many people treat exhaustion as something to be pushed through rather than a sign of imbalance. They rely on coffee, energy drinks, or sheer willpower to mask fatigue. But lack of sleep is not just about feeling tired. It disrupts hormone regulation, affects metabolism, weakens the immune system, and even impacts mental health. People who consistently ignore sleep deprivation increase their risk for weight gain, diabetes, high blood pressure, and mood disorders. What could have been corrected with consistent rest transforms into a health problem that requires significant medical intervention. Food cravings are another signal people often misinterpret. A sudden and repeated craving for sugar, for example, may indicate fluctuations in blood sugar, inadequate nutrition, or even emotional stress. Instead of pausing to consider what the body is really asking for, nutrient-dense foods, balanced meals, or stress management, many reach for processed snacks. Over time, this habit leads to weight gain, insulin resistance, and eventually conditions like type 2 diabetes. What started as a small craving becomes a health condition that requires strict management and lifelong adjustments. Even mental and emotional signals should not be dismissed. Anxiety, irritability, or brain fog are not personality flaws or inconveniences. They are alarms signaling that something in your lifestyle, diet, or environment is out of sync. People who repeatedly silence these feelings with distractions or unhealthy coping mechanisms often find themselves facing chronic stress, burnout, or depression later on. Ignoring mental health signs doesn't make them disappear. It allows them to grow louder until they interfere with daily life, relationships, and productivity. Physical pain offers perhaps the clearest example. When the body hurts, it is never random. It is communicating that something needs attention. A stiff back after long hours of sitting may be telling you that your posture needs correction or that your muscles need movement. But instead of addressing it, many people pop a painkiller and carry on. The result: over time, small aches and strains turn into chronic pain conditions, slipped discs, or mobility issues that limit daily activities. Pain suppressed with temporary fixes does not heal, it festers. The lesson is simple but profound. Ignoring your body's signals is like turning off a smoke alarm without putting out the fire. You silence the noise, but the danger remains, and eventually it grows beyond control. What begins as manageable symptoms can spiral into chronic conditions: high blood pressure, hormonal imbalance, sexual health problems, obesity, or even life-threatening diseases. The price of ignoring your body is always higher than the effort of responding early. Respecting these signals means catching problems when they are still small, still reversible, and still within your control. Every single choice you make throughout the day is like a vote for the kind of health you will experience in the future. The foods you eat, the hours you sleep, the way you move your body, and even how you handle stress all add up. No single decision seems powerful on its own, but when repeated consistently, these habits shape your energy levels, your confidence, and your overall health. The problem is that many people underestimate how much these small daily actions matter. They think staying up late one night, skipping a workout, or eating fast food once in a while won't affect them. But the truth is, these little choices compound just like interest in a bank account, except instead of building wealth, you're either building health or creating debt in your body. Consider late nights. Staying awake on your phone or computer until 2 a.m. doesn't seem like a big deal in the moment. You can still get up for work, maybe drink some coffee, and push through the day. But when this becomes a repeated pattern, your body loses its natural rhythm. Hormones that regulate appetite, metabolism, and energy production get thrown off. You start to crave unhealthy foods, your ability to concentrate declines, and your mood becomes unstable. Over weeks and months, this simple choice of going to bed late creates ripple effects that reach into every aspect of your health. The same goes for food. Grabbing processed snacks or fast food is easy, quick, and satisfying in the short term. But each time you choose these options over nutrient-rich meals, you're training your body to survive on low-quality fuel. At first, you may only notice small signs: feeling sluggish, dealing with mild bloating, or needing sugar for energy. But as this becomes your pattern, your body starts storing excess fat, your blood sugar levels rise, and your risk for chronic conditions increases. Just like compound interest, the more you invest in poor choices, the more the effects multiply over time. Exercise is another daily decision that has compounding effects. Skipping one workout may not change much, but making it a habit creates weakness, stiffness, and loss of endurance. The body is designed to move, and when you deny it regular activity, muscles weaken and joints become less flexible. This opens the door for pain, reduced mobility, and even injuries. On the other hand, when you consistently choose to move, whether it's walking, stretching, or more intense exercise, you build a foundation of strength that supports every other aspect of your life. Stress management works in the same way. Ignoring stress or trying to bury it with distractions only allows it to build. Over time, unmanaged stress raises cortisol levels, interferes with sleep, weakens the immune system, and contributes to weight gain, anxiety, and even cardiovascular problems. Yet, making small daily choices like pausing for deep breathing, journaling, or simply unplugging for a while can prevent stress from taking control of your health. The pattern is clear: your health is not defined by one big event, but by the accumulation of choices you make every day. Every small action is like adding a drop into a bucket. One drop doesn't matter, but over time the bucket fills either with energy, strength, and resilience, or with fatigue, illness, and regret. The difference depends entirely on the quality of the choices you repeat. When you start listening to your body and responding to its needs, you begin to build resilience from the inside out. Resilience is not just about pushing through difficulties. It is about creating a body and mind that can adapt, recover, and thrive under pressure. Small daily practices like staying hydrated, getting restful sleep, eating nourishing foods, and moving your body consistently are the foundation of this resilience. They prepare you not only to feel good today, but also to face challenges tomorrow with strength and clarity. Hydration is one of the simplest yet most overlooked ways of honoring your body. When you drink enough water, your cells function efficiently, your digestion improves, your skin clears, and even your mental focus sharpens. Dehydration, on the other hand, leads to fatigue, headaches, poor concentration, and cravings that trick you into eating when your body simply needs fluids. By choosing to meet this basic need, you give your body a powerful tool to stay balanced and energized throughout the day. Something as small as drinking water consistently becomes an act of resilience because it keeps you performing at your best. Sleep is another essential building block. When you respect your body's need for rest, you allow it to repair, restore, and reset. During sleep, your brain consolidates memory, your immune system strengthens, and your hormones rebalance. People who prioritize quality sleep find they have better moods, sharper focus, and stronger immunity. Conversely, ignoring sleep weakens every part of your system, leaving you vulnerable to stress, illness, and burnout. By listening to the signal of fatigue and choosing rest instead of pushing through, you're building the resilience to handle tomorrow with more energy and stability. Nutrition plays a central role in how your body responds to daily life. Every bite of food you take either supports your body or strains it. Nourishing your body with whole foods, lean proteins, fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats provides the fuel your cells need to function efficiently. These nutrients regulate hormones, stabilize blood sugar, and maintain steady energy. Over time, they enhance your ability to handle stress and prevent disease. On the other hand, ignoring your body's nutritional needs by relying on processed foods, excess sugar, or unhealthy fats leaves you feeling drained and vulnerable to illness. The simple act of choosing nourishing foods becomes a long-term investment in resilience. Movement is another form of listening to the body. Our bodies are designed for activity, and when you give them regular exercise, you strengthen your muscles, bones, heart, and lungs. Beyond the physical benefits, movement also releases endorphins that reduce stress and elevate mood. It sharpens focus, enhances sleep, and boosts confidence. By making time for daily activity, even something as simple as walking, you condition your body to handle life's challenges with greater strength and flexibility. Stress management is also part of this equation. Your body signals when stress is overwhelming: tight shoulders, racing thoughts, shallow breathing. If ignored, this builds into anxiety and chronic tension. But when you pause to breathe deeply, meditate, or take breaks to reset, you are telling your body, "I hear you, and I am giving you what you need." These small practices prevent stress from taking control and allow your system to recover quickly from pressure. By paying attention to these basic signals and meeting them with simple actions, you create a lifestyle that doesn't just prevent illness, but actively strengthens your body's capacity to thrive. You are no longer merely surviving day to day. You are building the inner strength that allows you to live fully and adapt gracefully to whatever comes your way. When you decide to stop the habit of ignoring your body's needs and signals, you set in motion a transformation that reaches far beyond physical health. It is not just about preventing disease or avoiding discomfort. It is about unlocking a higher level of energy, focus, and confidence that impacts every aspect of your life. Respecting your body is one of the most powerful acts of self-care, and once you begin, you will notice the ripple effects almost immediately. The first change you experience is a surge in energy. When you sleep well, hydrate properly, eat balanced meals, and give your body movement, fatigue no longer controls your day. Instead of dragging yourself out of bed, you start the morning feeling refreshed and capable. Throughout the day, you have more consistent stamina because your body is finally being fueled and cared for. This shift in energy allows you to accomplish more, not by pushing harder, but by working with your body's natural rhythm instead of against it. Alongside better energy comes improved focus and mental clarity. A well-nourished, well-rested body sharpens the mind. Brain fog, distraction, and sluggish thinking begin to fade when your body has the nutrients and recovery time it needs. Suddenly, tasks that once felt overwhelming become manageable. You can stay present, process information more efficiently, and make better decisions. This mental clarity does not just improve productivity, it enhances your creativity, problem solving, and even your relationships, because you can truly listen and engage without being weighed down by exhaustion or stress. Confidence is another powerful outcome of stopping neglect. When you respond to your body with respect, you naturally begin to feel better in your own skin. Your posture improves, your mood stabilizes, and you carry yourself differently. You start to trust yourself more because each time you choose rest, hydration, or nourishment over neglect, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of taking care of yourself. This inner confidence reflects outward, influencing how you show up in your career, relationships, and personal goals. Another transformation is seen in relationships. When you feel strong, energized, and balanced, you have more to give to others. Neglect often leaves people irritable, drained, or disconnected, which strains communication and intimacy. But when you care for your body, your emotional resilience improves, your patience grows, and your ability to connect deeply with loved ones strengthens. In this way, stopping the habit of neglect benefits not only you but also everyone around you. Perhaps the most significant change is prevention. By listening to your body and responding early, you stop small problems from becoming chronic conditions. Fatigue no longer has to evolve into burnout. Stress does not need to become anxiety or depression. Minor aches and discomforts do not need to progress into long-term pain. Prevention is the most powerful form of healthcare, and it begins with the daily choice to honor your body's signals. The decision to stop neglecting yourself is not about perfection. It is about consistency, awareness, and respect. Every time you choose to listen, you strengthen the connection between your mind and body. Over time, this connection transforms not only your health, but your entire quality of life. You move from merely existing to thriving, from ignoring your potential to fully embracing it. This is the power of stopping this one habit. It opens the door to the best version of yourself. Thank you